Cancer is brutal. It just starts quietly. Somewhere deep inside the body, a single cell goes wrong. Then another. Then another. And then one day a doctor sits across from you and says the words, "You have cancer." It steals years. It steals people. It hollows out families. It takes the young. It takes the old. It does not care who you are or how much you have to live for. Cancer is one of the most savage things that exists in nature. And the worst part? It's been here since the beginning. Most people think cancer is a modern disease. We blame processed food, pollution, and our sedentary lifestyles. And while those things definitely play a role, the truth is far older. In 2016, inside a cave in South Africa, they found a foot bone from a human ancestor. The bone belonged to a species called Australopithecus, or early Homo. It was approximately 1.7 million years old, and it showed clear signs of osteosarcoma, a malignant bone cancer. This was not a crack or an injury. The bone had a tumor, growing in a creature that walked the earth before our species even existed. The same study also found a benign spinal tumor in a skeleton from roughly the same time period. Scientists call these types of growths neoplasms, and finding them in fossils from nearly 2 million years ago tells us something profound. Cancer is not new. Cancer is ancient. Cancer mostly affects soft tissue, organs, skin, blood. Soft tissue does not fossilize. It disappears over centuries and millennia. What survives is bone. So what we find in the fossil record is only a tiny fraction of the cancers that actually existed. Scientists call this a preservation bias. We are only seeing the cancers that left a mark on hard tissue. That is why mummies have been so valuable. Mummies preserve soft tissue, and mummies have told us a great deal. Researchers using CT scans and advanced imaging have found tumors in Egyptian mummies that are thousands of years old. One study scanned 137 mummies and found evidence of cancer in several of them. So the fossil and mummy record together paint a consistent picture. Ancient humans got cancer regularly, but we do not have to rely only on bones and mummies. Ancient people wrote about cancer too. The Edwin Smith Papyrus from ancient Egypt dates back to around 1600 BCE. It describes bulging tumors of the breast. The text notes they have no treatment. That is a frank and devastating acknowledgement from a physician writing nearly 4,000 years ago. The Greek physician Hippocrates, who lived around 400 BCE, gave cancer its name. He used the word karkinos. That is the Greek word for crab. He thought the swollen veins around a tumor looked like crab legs reaching outward. The Roman physician Celsus later translated that word into the Latin word cancer. That is the word we still use today. So for thousands of years across multiple civilizations, people observed cancer, documented it, and tried to understand it. They just did not know what was causing it. To understand why cancer is ancient, we need to understand what cancer actually is. Cancer begins when a cell gets a mutation. The DNA inside the cell gets damaged or copied incorrectly. Most of the time, the body catches and fixes these errors, but sometimes a mutated cell escapes that correction system. It starts